All right. So this is the what, third day of exponents. So day number one, we had like multiplying, right? And dividing with exponents. Remember, when we did a power times a power, Delaney, what did we do? Power times a power. What did we do with the exponents? Added. Okay. And then Jordan, we had a power divided by a power. What did we do with the exponents? Subtracted. And then we talked a little bit about negative exponents. And negative exponents just meant it wasn't where it was supposed to be. All right. So for us, it was always in the denominator. So if we subtracted the exponents and we got a negative, it meant it was in the denominator. You guys remember that a little bit? All right. Now we have this rule and it's called power to a power. Okay. So when raising a power to a power, what do we do? So we had a power times a power, we added, power divided by a power, we subtracted, but now we have this, okay? So I know this one looks kind of weird, A, okay? So to make it easier, Harshan, what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to just make this a +5, okay? Just a +5, so don't worry about that negative. Just make it a +5. All right. So let's talk about this problem here for a second. Now I said when in doubt, write it out. Do you remember that? AJ, do you remember that? When in doubt, write it out. You lying to me? A little bit. Can't believe you're lying to me. And it's on YouTube now. Unreal. So AJ, when in doubt, write it out. What does that mean? It means we're just going to break it down to what does it mean for like an exponent, okay? Now, this exponent means I have 4 of these, agreed? So that means I have 5 to the 5th times 5 to the 5th times 5 to the 5th times 5 to the 5th. Would you agree with me, AJ, on that? Okay. Now, what do each of these mean, Liam? What does this mean? 5 times 5 times 5 times, right? So each of these, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of these mean I have 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Right? Times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? See where I'm going with this? How many 5s do you think I'm going to have? 20. Like, look at that. It's so much work, right? And you guys said I have how many? 20. How could I go from here to there without writing it all out? Okay, calculator. All right, any short?
Apply the exponents.
Yeah. So Emma and Sophia both said multiply the exponents, right? So we're going to do 5 to the 5 times 4, which is 5 to the 20. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you see how I was in doubt, Liam? So I wrote it out. AJ, do you see that? And do you see how, like, yeah, it took a lot of space, but I was able to get it and actually derive the rule? So here, when raising a power to another power, you multiply the exponents, right? So this would just be, okay, we did it. It was going to be -5 to the 20th. We did it 5 to the 20th. Doesn't really matter, okay? So 5 to the 20th. You okay with that, Ho?
Yeah.
Destiny, you okay with that? Harshan, you okay with that? All right, so Harshan, d squared to the 6th, what would that be?
12.
D to the 12th, because we're going to do 2 times 6. How do you guys feel about that? It's not bad, right? Again, whenever you have negative numbers, Delaney, we're going to just keep it in parentheses, okay? So if it starts in parentheses, we're going to keep it in parentheses. And if it's a negative number, okay, we're going to put it in parentheses. Sound good? All right. So again, let's practice with some of these. How many do we have, Mrs. Potts?
12.
12 problems? All right, so we're going to do 6. Tanya?
I have a question about number 3. Would it be 2p to the 3rd?
Which one? Here or number 3? Oh, here? Okay. Harshan, I remembered you asked to go to the bathroom. Do you want to go now?
Maybe I get a tissue.
You want a tissue? All right. So Kanye asked about number 3. So I'm actually going to start with number 3. Now, here's the thing. Now, you're in doubt, Kanye, right? How to do this? So this is 2p to the 3rd. So that means I have 2p times 2p times 2p, right? Now, we could do this one of 2 ways. I'm going to do it with the exponents. All right, Nate? I'm going to do it with exponents. Now, how many 2's do I have? 3. So I'm going to write 2 to the 3rd. How many p's? 3. So it's p to the 3rd. So all I did was I kind of distributed that 3 inside the parentheses. Does that make sense? Now let's look at number 1. How can we apply what Kanye was talking about in number 3 to number 1? Well, we're just going to distribute that 3 to each of the 2 things inside that. So we have 4 to the 3rd, but m to the what power? So what would it be? 12, because we're going to do 4 times 3. Are you okay with that? I know you're a little upset about your bracket. It's okay. All right, let's look at number 2. Matt, ready? We're going to do it. Kanye taught us. We're going to distribute that 2 inside, right? So it's 2 to the what power? 2 to the 2nd, n to the, well, it's n squared, and then we're distributing that 2. So what would that be? Oh, 4. Matt, so we're going to do 2 times 2, okay? Does that make sense? All right, number 4, AJ. What do you got with number 4?
Is it 4 to the 4th?
4 to the 4th, x to the
Actually,
8. Last 2, Kanye. What do you got with number 5? Perfect. Jordan, last one. Did you eat your Wheaties this morning? That was very good. That's like you were eating lunch yesterday in the cafeteria. Are you back to the cafeteria? So disappointing. All right, any questions on these? All right, you got 6 problems. All right, I'll slide it up so Jack can see it. And my goal is to go over these before the end of class, and you don't have really any homework with this.
Which one to do until 12? Sorry? Which one to do? The whole page. 1 to 12. Or 6 was.
Be looking at your bracket. Wasn't anything you did wrong. It was just, Oral Roberts, Eaton, Illinois, UCLA, going from first four to final four. And then, Ohio State going down. Oral Roberts beat Ohio State. Whether it's Loyola, I reckon a lot of people's bracket. Syracuse.
Even chance.
Okay. Neve, done them?
Yeah.
Pretty quick, right? Neve, what'd you get for number 7?
I got 2 with a 3 on.
All right, so we're gonna say 2 to the third,
Yeah, and B, A, and 12.
b to the what power?
Third,
B to the third, a to the
12.
perfect. Nate, number 8.
Do the second. The second.
So we do the 2 to the 2 and then the 2 to the x. So it'd be x to the 4th. Do you see that now? Because we would do 2 times 2. Y to the 8. Sophia, what'd you get for number 9? Perfect. Drew, number 10. Perfect. Destiny, number 11. Perfect. And Liam. You guys okay with that? Pretty straightforward, right? All right. Okay, these are pretty simple, so I'm just going to go over them today, and then we'll review the rules, and then we'll be probably good to start on Monday with a few stuff or a few things.
Is there a rule 4 that goes from 3 to 5?
So then you were going to bring that up. I don't know.
Could be my contact.
No, I don't think there's a rule 4. I don't know. I might have gotten rid of it because I probably didn't like it.
Rule 4 is go to rule 5.
Yeah, I probably didn't like rule 4, so I just like took it out. It's probably something silly. Or it could be coming up later. I don't know. All right, a power with an exponent of 1. Ready for this, Jordan? This is the type of problem you've been waiting for. Anything to the first power, okay, will be that thing. So like h to the first is just h. Okay? So when evaluating a power with an exponent of 1, the answer will be itself. That was a better answer than I had. I was gonna say that thing, but I like itself better. Okay, so for example, Delaney, okay. What's your hockey number? 7 to the first, we just write it 7. Okay. Easy, right? All right, now this one. Kanye loves this problem. Ready, Kanye? Anything to the 0th power is 1. Anything to the 0th power is 1. Okay, I'll explain it to you. So m to the 0 is 1. Now, I know this might be confusing to you, but here's the thing. Okay? And Neve is in doubt, right? So what's my response going to be to you?
I don't know,
Write it out. Okay? Neve, what's your favorite number?
9.
9. So we're going to say 9 to the 4th. Okay, Neve? 9 to the 4th divided by 9 to the 4th. Okay? Right? Now let's think about this. Okay? Ready? I'm going to do this problem 2 different ways, right? We're dividing powers here. What do I do with the exponents? What do I do when I divide powers?
You divide the.
So I
You subtract.
subtract. So I do 9 to the 4 minus 4, right? 4 minus 4 is 0. Okay, so that's one way to do the problem, right? Now, when we were first learning this, I told you to write it out. What's another word for a fraction bar? Or what does a divide, right? What's 9 divided by 9? 9 divided by 9? 9 divided by 9? 9 divided by 9? So it's 1. So these two things have to mean the same thing. Okay, so the way on the left, I did it by dividing powers. I subtracted, right? That was the rule. I taught you that, right? So we subtracted and we got 9 to the 0, right? Because all the 9s canceled out. We were, okay, so 9 to the 0. We also did it using division, and Neve told me 9 divided by 9 is 1, so therefore they have to be the same. Make more sense to you now? All right, here are all the rules that we have learned so far. Okay, we haven't really kind of fully gone into the negative exponents. I've touched upon it a little bit. Okay. So we have the product rule, which was a power times the power. We added the exponents. Okay, Sophia. So this is like a reference sheet. Quotient, when we divided powers, we subtracted the exponent. A power raised to a power, so that's what we did today, Harshan. We multiply. All right. And then a 0 exponent meant that it was 1. That's what Kanye likes. Anytime you see anything to the 0th power, that's like, you like that. That's an easy problem. Because it's just going to be like your thing to the first power. Negative exponents, a to the negative x just meant that it went to the denominator. Are you guys okay with that? You sure? All right. So I'm going to stop here for the day.